All right, so got some weekend analysis on EURUSD here. So we're just gonna start like we always do with what are we seeing? Where are we? So what do we see? We see we're at this nice, we have this nice 1, 2, almost 3 ascending channel. And then where are we in relation to that? Or we could do where are we first? Doesn't really fucking matter. You can see that we're, filling out more and more of this wick up here, as we talked about in the last video, how, we were at the bottom and we could drop from here, right? Because it's an area and not a hard and fast line. But we can see what I was talking about before in that, there's that possibility that we kind of keep pushing up to keep filling up that wick, right? And so that possibility definitely still remains because we could fill up all of this wick, break a little bit above this third touch here, get to this extreme double top. I call it an extreme double top just because I would say that, just because it's like the end of where the wick is basically what I mean. Um, and that would still be a good area to take a trade from, or maybe we just fill out more at this one or more at this wick here and kind of just get a third touch up there and then come lower. Either one is a possibility. All right, so what else can we see? I could put this in as well. So if I put this in and I go based off the rejection, I want to see if the rejection holds on Sunday. Sunday's going to be important just because of the way. So we go 4 hour and just adjust this very quickly. Sunday's going to be very important into how I deem this, right? So basically what I mean with my back testing is I've seen that a lot of times price, especially with EURUSD, Aussie USD, and Kiwi USD. So let's say we take it back to here and imagine we haven't seen this part of price yet. So we'll just take it back because it's fairly simple. All right, so imagine we're breaking this now. At this point, I'm not immediately going to move the trend line and say that, okay, now the trend line is here because the rejection is here. Because again, with my back testing, I've seen that Aussie USD, Kiwi USD, Euro USD have a tendency when they break something to break it, kind of retest it, maybe even go back inside of it, and then push back down again and form another correction like you're seeing like this, and then push lower. And that's basically the same thing that I'm seeing now, in that you could see that we pushed up and then we pushed right back out, right? So that's kind of that retest thing that we got going on. And so that's why that's why I'm saying, we could definitely be pushing back into this pattern to push higher and get that third touch, maybe get up to that even higher double top that we were talking about on the weekly and fill out some more wicks, right? Or this could just be that retest where I was talking about before, and maybe the correction is just a little bit larger than usual, right? So maybe it's something like so, right? And we just continue to the downside. So that's what I'm saying. I'm going to need to look on Sunday. Sunday's going to be important to how I deem this trend line here, right? If we push up and push back inside of it, obviously I would adjust it to like so. And then at that point, I'm looking for anything to hover along or break out of this trend line with a nice impulse, or maybe another double top up here as well. So push down off the double top, or maybe a third touch up here of any one of these trend lines. So this trend line here, or this third touch of this trend line up here would be preferable because that's kind of like the outer trend line. But we're not going to be able to get a third touch of this one, this kind of inner pattern, without getting a touch of the outer one. So yeah, any third touch of those patterns as well, along with, a double top. With that double top would be phenomenal. Just going to move right on to USDJPY. USDJPY, what can we see? Where are we? So what can we see? We can put in, so if we connect these trend lines here, the reason I started from here is because I've been doing this for months now, so I know where the trend line starts. But, obviously daily and weekly patterns or structures, they're going to take a while to play out. So sometimes I'm drawing the same line a lot. And so that's why I knew I was able to draw it from here but basically I'm connecting this, and I see this here. All right, but what is this? This is part of the impulse. So I'm looking for that third touchdown here, right? And that third touchdown here would also come in line with a double bottom. So that would be great as well. We go down to the daily. What can we see on the daily? If we put this in like so. Daily, we put this in like so. Then we can also put in this trend line down here, right? And we can see that we got 1, 2, 3, touches that trend line, right? We're past this double bottom of this inner pattern, right? This is one of those ones where I missed that one while I was trading it during the week. Double bottom came here, and just with the way, so I missed this down here, and then the way that this formed, it was just hard for me to get a clear entry. And I had so many other opportunities that I was like, I'm not going to fight with USDJPY to try to get a clear entry. I'm going to take one of the other clear entries that I see on one of the other pairs that I trade, right? And just come back to this, reevaluate at another point, because the move can't just run away forever and ever and ever without, likely giving another correction. So at this point, what can I see? I can put in this trend line up here as well, right? Connecting these two, 1, 2, right? And then if I pull it back all the way through this wick, it's really just noise. We can see that it connects to this wick here, like this wick right up here. So that's cool as well. And again, oftentimes something I've seen with my back testing is that if you're connecting to a wick that looks like it's, kind of part of something, part of an impulse, but it kind of gets corrective right after you connect it. So as you can see here, impulse kind of starts to get a little bit corrective. If when you pull it back, you can see this, you can connect to something behind, something behind it, maybe another support, maybe another resistance line. That's more often a good area that price likes to react from, right? It's not always. Nothing in the markets hard and fast, but I've seen with my back testing that can be a good area that price likes to react from. At this point, we can kind of do anything. Let's say we put this down here, right? Right, 1, 2, right? We could come lower and maybe push up from that correction, or maybe just take that third touch depending on how we push lower, right? And then take that push higher to possibly break out, right? Hover along and break out. Or we also have a good possibility. We could also kind of just push lower, form an ascending, right? Because at this point, what can we see? What are we doing overall? We're looking to get lower and finish out this larger weekly descending, or maybe get a third touch of this daily descending. And then what can we see as well? Push down, correction, push down, another correction. So looking for that. And so this one is a clear case of having to wait to take a message from the market. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. USD CAD. USD CAD, what can you see? Where are we? So if I put this down, nope. And then we just got here, right? Breaking past it. And we just got to the beginning of this support and resistance area, right? So cool. So again, like a EURUSD, you could definitely still fill out these wicks down here to the bottom. Oftentimes with my back testing, I've seen that wicks do get filled, but we don't have to, especially because we are at a good support and resistance area already. And on top of that, we can see that we have this nice structure in here. and we've broken past the structure's double bottom down here. So you'll see it better when I go down to the daily 4-hour. All right. So we've broken past the structure's daily bottom here. All right. And so we definitely could push up, or we could push lower, and try to get that third touch. This is another example of I need to wait, take a message from the market, and see what it's trying to tell me it's trying to do. Or, maybe it's trying to tell me, maybe it's not, maybe it tells me, maybe I think it's trying to tell me one thing, it's telling me something different. I'm not listening. So at this point, we've got that double top already, right? So if we get that correction and form this out, that could be a good opportunity to take to the downside. We could also keep pushing. So I'll delete this because we know we broke past the double bottom already. We could also keep pushing lower and then hover along or break just past it. All right. At this point, what are we? We're close to this double bottom. So I'm going to have to reevaluate the risk to reward at that point. Or ideally, we kind of push up, right? And get that third touch. And then we take that to the downside. That would be ideal. Just with what we're seeing right now, just with the fact of, obviously overall looking to go to the upside with all the larger descending patterns. But the fact of the matter is currently the trend is down, right? So we have impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse. We have another correction. So until the market tells me that this correction has failed or this next impulse has failed, then I'm not going to try to tell the market that it has to go up just because we're in this nice area for the market to go up. So I hope you enjoyed these videos. Join us again.